In this video, I'm going to talk about a famine which is made by the Britishers to India, especially Bengalis. I want to talk about it because like 2 weeks back, I was talking to my friend where he said like Britishers did lot of beneficiary things to us. Like they build the railway system, they build the road system, they build the equal education, they give us medicines and lot of things. But I'm thinking about what the cost we give to them, and I'm going to explain this scenario, the famine scenario, which is made by the Britishers to tell him what the scenario was in then back way back in 19 not 19 1769. This famine was started. This famine was not a natural famine actually. This is an artificial famine which is created by the Britishers. Like back then, Indian agriculture system, like it will fail often, like because of monsoon and irregular things. The agriculture fail is common in India. So the people, what will they do is like they will store a surplus amount of food stocks in their houses. But Britishers, what they did is they put an order like you have to know you can't have a surplus thing. The surplus things has to be given to the Britishers. And one more thing, before Britishers, farmers have only paid a tax amount of like one part of their entire agriculture output. For example, if they are cultivating 100 bags of paddy, only one bag will go to the government. But after the British rule, before British, Mughals were getting 3 bags out of it. Like that means they're given 30%. But Britishers took for 50%, which means if you're cultivating 10 bags of paddy, you have to give 5 bags to the Britishers. So you can't have surpluses. You have to pay huge taxes, which doesn't people doesn't have any food or stock in their thing. And one more thing, what happened at the time, uh, and emperors has also have to pay a lot of tax to the Britishers. So they also collected tax from people. So people has to pay taxes for the Britishers. They also have to pay taxes for the empires, and like for their own consumption, it is very less to have. So what they did is like after day by day, people doesn't have. And the same time, Britishers also want people to cultivate cash crops rather than food, because cash crop made more money and it had more demand in Europe. So what the Britishers did is like they forced the people to do cash crops like jute, like indica. They insisted people to do that. So people did it, but so it be- it caused the scenario like even worse. It made the scenario even worse because like there is already no food. Plus cash crops are dominating, so there is no food stock. In 1969, it bombed, and there is no food anywhere in Bengal. Literally in 1970, it is called as Great Bengal Famine in 19. It happened in 70s, I think so, 70s. Uh, it is a great famine. Nearly like 10 million people have been died. Nearly 1 crore people have been died in this famine. Uh, but you know one thing, in 1971, sorry, not 1971, it's 1771, Britishers have even increased the taxes from 50% to 60% because they have to equalize the losses which is made by 1770, where the farmers were died. So that much amount of pressure which is given to Indian peoples by the Britishers. Uh, this is the cost. Like literally, we have lost 10 million Bengali peoples to just get these things, and just for the British's profit, they can give. And one more thing, not only this, because of the cost crop which is cultivated in India, it was exported to Britain, and later on the raw products was completely transformed into a finished product, and they will come back to India to sell it. So by selling it, they would made a lot of profits. Britishers did it just because for the cash, because of the profit, because of the luxury life they can live. They are ready to sacrifice literally 10 billion people just to live a lavish life in their own land. Uh, and this is just a one scenario. You may think that it was a mistake. Britishers will be but they will also have something, so they will not repeat it, but not they repeated in 1943. Winston Churchill, we Indians all know Winston Churchill. We think that he was a fighter against Nazism. He was one of the best fighter against Hitler. He made England win the First World War. But you know what they did is, in 1943 there was again a food shortage in Bengal. It is also because like World War One was happening in England, so they want excess amount of food for the soldiers. So what they did is they exported rice from Bengal to their hometown London, and you know what they have did? By exporting it, they came to know that Bengal was in famine, but they didn't respond in it because like they was sincerely involved in World War I. Winston Churchill, like people have been writing letters, like even government staff, which Britishers which were working in Calcutta were writing letters for the Winston Churchill to send them some rices and wheats. But Winston Churchill, what they did is like he didn't allow people, like he didn't allow the rice ships to come to India because like England want ships because they were into the war. They want warships to do with warships for the England. And one more thing, they also want rice and wheat for feeding their own soldiers. So what they did is they denied. And you know what the statement which Winston Churchill gave to the Indian people? He said like in how much food we give to India, it will not be like okay for Indians because Indians are breeding like rabbit. So they say like Indians are just only fit for nothing. Like he said, Indians are beast people with beast religion. He also doesn't like the religions of India. He doesn't like the people of India. He think like white people are superior just because they have a white skin tone. Even he personally, there is a doctor who was a personal doctor to Winston Churchill. He said like Winston Churchill is so racist that he thought like a white skin person were very stronger and braver than the normal brown skin or black skin tone. And he also said like brown people sufferings and black people sufferings are not by white peoples. He said like they are their fates. That is their fates to be under the white people. Yes, the white supremacists, and also he has a hatred for us. And due to this famine, literally this famine which has happened in Bengal for the second time, more than 3 million people are dead. If we calculate the both famine which happened to the Bengali peoples, it is more than 13 million people, which is like 1.3 crore people. This is just one incident which is made by the Britishers to India. Before you say like we got beneficiary from Britishers, think about it. And one more thing, it's not only happened in Bengal, it's also happened in Tamil Nadu, which is called Madras famine. If you take and see the pictures of like people who lived in 80s in Madurai, they will look like Somalian guys. Uh, Nowadays, we Indians are like crying by seeing the pictures of Somalians, just like they are skeleton just covered by the skin. Look at the people who lived in Madurai in 18th century. They look the same. If you look the picture of Bengal peoples, they look the same. If you looking like what are the places like, they all look like a Somalians. They were like skeletons covered with the skin, skeletons covered with the skin. This how much what they did. This is the other things which is did by the Britishers to Indians, and we are just happy that they give these and all things, which is completely I think it's not a fair thing to accept railways system which is given by them for the 10 million people life. Uh, so I think next time, if we are before saying that Britishers give their things, Britishers give education system to us. And one more thing, education system is not only reading books; it's also in practicality. And agriculture, learning agriculture thing is an education. If you let me to do if you said me to go and do an agriculture on a rice, like I doesn't know how to do an agriculture. Learning how to do agriculture is also an education. Education is not only reading a paper and vomiting on something else. I think practical education was in India at the time. Yeah, India had a lot of problems, and Britishers have solved that too. But the cost which we gave is it's more than we got back. So I think so like again and again I'm preaching that what I'm coming to say is like don't say Britishers gives anything to us. No invaders work on the beneficiary of the people who they invaded. They will always try to loot us. Britishers literally loot us like more than 45 trillion from 200 years. And you know, they are today if we ask them money, they will give it as a loan and say like India is not giving us money back. But if you look at them, they took us 45 trillion dollars, which today Indian GDP is around 3.5. We have India have to work literally 15 years without continuously spending on anything just by this amount of money. We, we have to work 15 years to just recover that 45 trillion which is not we British took away from us. Like think about the scenario, how the harsh scenario it is. That's it. This is the thing which I urged to say. That's it. Thank you.